Today I'm going to talk about the 5 things I absolutely love about my 2021 Audi RS5 Sportback. Let's get into it. So first off, I really do like the design of this car. It looks like a coupe, but it's a 4-door. In my opinion, this is the perfect kind of middle ground between getting a coupe and something practical for your family. I mean, you have the big hatch at the back, tons of space for whatever you need to do and take. You also have space in the back, unlike the coupe, because the RS5 comes as a coupe and it comes as a 4-door sportback with that hatchback. And here inside, you got your second row of seats. You got ISOFIX, really good with the kids, but you might lose these, which is unfortunate. But you do have the practicality of a 4-door with the presence of a coupe. I really like this rear angle here. It's always one of my favorites. Tell me guys what you think. Going around, so pretty, so aggressive, especially the RS version with all the bits and pieces that come with the kit. And if you also don't like wagons like the RS4, this is the alternative for that practicality. Me personally, I'm not a fan of the coupe. We feel like the latest coupes are not as good as they used to. For example, the E36 BMW M3, the E46, the E90. They had the earlier Audi RSs. The first Audi i5 was absolutely beautiful in a coupe version, as well as, you know, the C63, the one with a 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. Those coupes looked great, but now they all just look like squished versions of the 4-door. That's why I like this the most, and I love it. Audis in the past always used to understeer like a bitch because of that quattro all-wheel drive system. Now lately, they've kind of redesigned it so that it sends more power to the back. So 60% to the back, 40% to the front, but up to 85% to the back and a maximum of 75 up front. So you always get that kind of rear wheel drive feeling when you're pushing the car. As well, the Quattro system gives you insane pull. This Mercedes driver with an AMG badge in an E350 is very confused about where she's going, but it really gives you this sort of pull through the corners. You just point the car in the direction, you put your throttle down, and it just goes. And it's really satisfying to drive. Now, Quattro is also very useful when it rains and it snows and the weather conditions aren't the best. It doesn't do that much of that here, but through testing, it has proved itself to be better than BMW and Mercedes in terms of all-wheel drive systems. Sadly, however, unlike those ones, you can't turn off the front wheels, so there's no drift mode. That's, if you want to be a hooligan, just get a rear-wheel drive car instead of a 4-wheel drive car. Obviously, you'll be spending most of your time inside the car, and this interior is absolutely fantastic. When it comes to the way it looks, this is also spec'd with the carbon fiber package, so I really recommend that as it really makes it premium inside, as well as the ergonomics. I mean, you can really see where you're spending all your money when you're buying one of these, and I'm comparing this to my previous American cars that had very nice interiors, but they were just missing that little bit of Germanness. Really do love these RS seats. They got enough bolstering that's adjustable for the twisties, and also they're super comfortable for the longer rides and road trips. What also makes this car very comfortable is the amount of things you can store up front. Unlike the new A6s, A7s, Q8s, and whatnot, you have the screen up here instead of in the dash. What that does is it gives you more space down here for the cup holders, because in the A6 or the RS6, you get them on the side here, and you can knock over some water bottles or whatever you have there by accident. Here they're out of the way, so that's really good. The door bins are very big. You can store a large water bottle in there comfortably and they don't wiggle about. You got a dedicated spot for the keys, so you just put it in there and kind of forget about it, and you always know it's there. Spot for your phone with a wireless charging pad, as well as a USB-C exit, so you can charge your phone on the fly and use Android Auto. Now, I'm really happy that they left the infotainment system here, unlike the other cars where it went lower, because I can still keep my eye on the road while I'm doing something on it. So for example, if I'm changing the navigation, song, or some settings or whatever, I still have the corner of my eye on the road, and I think that's a lot safer than having to look down, and especially with the climate control being so much lower and you can't feel it without having knobs. I think this is the perfect solution in terms of positioning, but in terms of how it's built and tacked on, I'm sure there's a way to integrate that more into a later model, and I hope they stick with that without taking this too low, because this is actually pretty much perfect, and I much prefer having it there than there. Next up are the lights. I do love how they turn on gradually, like they're not doing right now, but I'll show you what it looks like because I've tried it too many times. After 1 or 2 times, it will kind of do that. So if you're trying to show it off to some friends, and make sure you get it right the first time. But I do love how you have the sequential lights like that. Beautiful, never gets old. When I'm parking the car, going out somewhere, and someone notices it, they're always like, wow, what was that? Looks absolutely stunning every single time. And even though it's a gimmick, I absolutely love it. I really see the interior lighting right now, but I did take some shots at night, and as you can see, absolutely stunning. The whole place lights up. You got 30 colors to choose from. Door sills that light up with the RS5 logo, as well as the Audi Sport on the ground when you're entering, when you open up the door. Really cool touches. If you want to change anything, you got your standard colors from Audi. They got like some presets. All of them are super boring, like you'd expect from Audi, but you can individualize what you want, and you got up to like 30 colors for the surfaces and the contours, so you can really go crazy and wild with it. It's not as nuts as what you would find in a Mercedes or some of the BMWs, but it is good enough. And even the Bang & Olufsen gets its own little strip down there. Pretty cute. The ambient lighting is also at the back for the passengers to enjoy. My daughter loves it and every time gets excited about changing the colors. But for now, we've stuck with purple. So those were the 5 things I absolutely love about the RS5. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, leave a comment down below if I'm right or wrong, and also subscribe, because next week we're doing the cons, what I don't like about the car, and then following that, we're gonna do the big review. Thank you so much for watching, and take care, guys.